That's one way to really help that person. Don't go and start talking about the person to all your other peers and telling people how, oh, this person is now a drug addict and ha 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 ha. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of African Lady and a Baby. Oh my god, guys, my last video is so cringeworthy. I really looked like a disaster. I looked so tired and so worn out, but really that's actually how I felt. I was really tired, but I just really wanted to talk about everything I talked about in that video. So anyways, guys, it's a new day and I have missed being here and talking. I haven't done it in some time now, and so yeah, it just feels very nice and new again. If you're just joining me for the first time, welcome. I really hope you subscribe to my channel, and if you're back again, you're the best already. You know you're the best. I love you, like seriously. Anyways, guys, today I've just been thinking about, yes, boo 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 boo. Okay, so I've been thinking about mental health and how we don't really take mental health seriously, and how society blames people that suffer from mental health issues. It's so sad. It is so sad. So I'm going to start. This is probably not going to be long, and if it ends up being long, then well, I'm going to start with saying this. We generally take care of our bodies. We take care of other organs in our bodies. We take care of our lungs, our hearts. You know, when we think of our heart, when we think of our lungs, when we think of our liver, or, you know, even our skin, any other organ, we really like take it seriously. We're like, oh, you know, let's eat this, let's eat well, let's make sure we're exercising. And we try our best. We use the best skincare lotion and everything. We just try our best. Boo boo, please, mommy is talking. Please. I know. Do you want this? Here. Thank you. Anyways, we do our best to take care of every organ in our body. And then we forget that our brains also need to be taken care of. And, you know, yes, we are trying. I think nowadays we're talking more about how to take care of the brain with things like, you know, we have more talks these days about things like anxiety and depression, at least much more than we did in the past. And yes, it's getting better. However, I find that blaming people that suffer from anxiety, depression, or even there's another form, drug addiction, we tend to blame people, and it doesn't help at all. Like, it's not nice to have, you know, to blame people for what they suffer. Recently, the issue of drug addiction has been on my mind. You know, there's been one or two things going on around me that has just brought it to light for me. And I just find that people are so judgmental of people that suffer from these things. Say, for example, you say, oh my God, like, I know someone who's suffering from this issue, suffering from drug addiction. Here, have it. Okay. Excuse me, guys. Boo boo. Yeah, so we know someone who's suffering from drug addiction, and then we say things like, I find that people say things like, well, that's the person's problem. Why is the person rolling with bad gang? Why is the person doing this? Why isn't the person smart enough to know not to take drugs and all of that? Well, first and foremost, I don't think there's anybody in this world that is born and starts off life saying, when I grow up, I want to be a drug addict. I don't think there's anybody that says that. Even adults, even as we grow older, I don't think there's anybody that aspires to become addicted to drugs. However, it just happens, you know. Most of us, and we cannot lie, most of us cannot take that stone and throw at someone and say, oh, you did this, I haven't done this. Most of us have experimented with one or two things in the past. Maybe smoking, it may be alcohol. Yes, alcoholism. A lot, you know, it's so funny how people don't even realize that alcohol is also, sorry guys, I'm just trying to change this thing for Denver so he just lets me be for a second so I can, okay, here, have it, take gashi. Yeah, so it's just funny how we like to throw stones and just act like we haven't done this. Some of the people I find that even judge people the most are people who have smoked before. You know, you've smoked before, you've smoked weed before, and then you see somebody who's now addicted to it, and you're like, you know, why is the person such a problem? Person is this, person is that. But I feel like just because you got lucky and you didn't get addicted to it doesn't mean you should start judging people. Do you understand? Like, here's how I see it. When it comes to these substances, person A might take 1 gram or something, and person B might take the same 1 gram, but it will affect both people differently because we are all different. And so if somebody just falls victim to it, you know, we don't have to judge them. Even if, you know, some of these people go through, I mean, people get into drugs for different reasons. Some people are depressed and they're looking for just a way out, like it's something to do to just, you know, get them to stop thinking. People get into these things because some of them are depressed and, you know, they just are looking for a way out. And we all know how depression is. Depression is one of those things that when you have it, you feel like nothing can solve your problem. Nobody can solve your problem. That's why a lot of people who are depressed don't seek medical help, because they feel like there's nothing that can help them. And some of these people go to drugs because they feel drugs will give them that temporary euphoria, that thing that will help them forget about their problems. So who are we to judge them? You know, like, who are we? Really, who are we to judge people for what they suffer? It's their brain. It's something they can't control at some point. At some point, they now start to have a dependence. They start to depend on these drugs, and we judge them. We're like, hey, stop taking it, stop doing this, stop doing that. But we don't know how it's going. You see, what I actually, instead of just lamenting, let me just say this. If you know anybody who's suffering from drug addiction, alcoholism, or anything like that, just try to help the person by helping the person seek medical help. That's one way to really help that person. Don't go and start talking about the person to all your other peers and telling people how, oh, this person is now a drug addict, and ha 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 ha. Like, I thought the person, some people laugh at them. Yes, some people do laugh, like, oh, when they thought they were so cool in school, you know, when they thought they were so like, oh, you know, posh or bougie, look at them now. Oh, they thought they were so rich, look at their child now. Don't do that. Like, that makes you such a bad person. Really, it makes you such a bad person. Instead of doing that, help that person seek medical help. If you have a helpline, call and help the person, because that person needs your help. That person needs you at that point in time. You know, the person doesn't know what they're doing. Judging people for a fault in their brain is so painful. It's like judging somebody who has diabetes or something and saying, well, you know, or saying, oh, you took drugs, now your brain is damaged, haha, that's your problem. No, that's like saying to someone, oh, you took lots of sugar, now you have now you're diabetic. You don't do that, do you? No, everybody knows too much sugar is not good for you, but some people do take sugar. I take sugar, we all take sugar, right? And some people just unfortunately become diabetic. I may take the same amount of sugar as somebody next to me, and the person will enter a critical state. Yes, it's just, we're all different. And so am I now going to start saying, oh, why have you been taking sugar? But I've been taking sugar too, right? We should look at the brain as an organ. We should actually remember that the brain is just an organ in the body. And, you know, it can also fall sick. And when people fall sick like this, they need medical attention, right? They are not to be laughed at. They are not to be mocked. They are not to be looked down upon. They are to be helped fully and wholly. Like, don't laugh at them. It's just so sad. Like, the society we live in is so judgmental. We need to stop it. There's another thing I was going to talk about. Now, when it comes to postpartum depression, we also do the same thing with women. We feel like, oh, you've just had a baby, you're not supposed to be depressed. Like, why should you even be depressed? You should be happy, you should be full of joy. But there's so many things that can make, or, oh, you should look great, you shouldn't look this, you should do that, you should do that. But you should bear in mind that, you know, this is a mental health issue. The person cannot control it. If a woman is looking drab or just, you know, completely off after she has a baby, Look for a way to help her. Don't go and start looking for the next person to talk to and say, oh, look at how she's looking after she has had her baby. She's now so fat. Oh my God. Why would you do that? It makes you a bad person. That's the truth. That's the honest truth. I hate to sound so harsh. We just need to learn to be better people in life. I just feel like the world would be a better place if we were much, much less judgmental of people suffering from one thing or another. Don't go to a new mother and expect her to be all hyped up or all babed up all the time. If she looks babed up, that's great. That's absolutely fantastic. Don't also go to her and start telling her, oh, why do you look too good? Because that's even the truth. That's what happens. It's like a mother is so scrutinized. If she looks good, it's a problem. If she doesn't look good, it's a problem. Why do you feel the need to scrutinize a new mother so much? Why? Why? And half the time, the people that even make these comments, they're not any better. They're not any better. You probably don't even look as good. You probably even look worse. So why do you feel the need to come and start judging another person's looks? Go and look in the mirror and look at your own and fix your hair first. Fix your eyelash. Fix whatever it is first before you start looking at somebody else and trying to judge them and how they look. How they look is temporary. Same thing with mental health issues. It's temporary. They can fix it. If you are kind enough, you would help them. You would tell them, okay, look, you probably need medical attention. You need to see a doctor. It's not going to be something to laugh about. Some people pretend like they like you, they're trying to help you, so they're going to go and talk to people do you know what's wrong with this girl? She's having this Some of those people it's gossip for them. They want to just talk about it and laugh about it, And that's just so shameful. It's so shameful. Our society needs to change, really. I feel like I just came here to lament, but yes, I did come to lament about this because it was just on my mind so strongly because of a few things that have been happening around me and, how sad it is. We just really need to help people that have mental health issues rather than judge them. I think I have mentioned this over 10 times in this video. So at this point, I think I'm going to have to say bye. So on that note, guys, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like, and share this video. Share my video with your friends, family, co-workers, frenemies, or anybody else that you think might benefit from this. On that note, guys, I am so dramatic. Have a great day. Bye.